Have you ever felt like something is wrong with your life, but you can't explain what it is? You wake up, check your phone, scroll for a few minutes, maybe even an hour, then suddenly, the day has already started. You go through your routine, do what you're supposed to do, talk to people, laugh sometimes, but deep inside, there's this strange feeling, a quiet voice asking, "What am I doing with my life?" And the scariest part is, you don't have an answer. You're not alone. Millions of people feel this every single day, but almost no one talks about it. Because from the outside, everything looks normal, but inside, something feels off. And here's the truth. This feeling didn't come from nowhere. It was slowly built over time, without you even realizing it. From the moment you wake up, your attention is taken away from you. You don't decide what to think about. Your phone does. Notifications, messages, videos, endless content. Your brain is constantly fed information, fast, loud, addictive. And before you even get a chance to think, your mind is already occupied. You're not living your life, you're reacting to it. Every scroll gives you a small reward, a new video, a new idea, a new distraction, and your brain starts to depend on it. It craves it. It expects it. So when there is nothing happening, when it's just you and your thoughts, you feel uncomfortable, restless, almost anxious. So what do? You escape. You open your phone again. You distract yourself again. And slowly, you lose the ability to sit with yourself. That's where the problem begins. Because if you can't sit with yourself, you can't understand yourself. And if you can't understand yourself, you will always feel lost. Think about it. When was the last time you spent time alone, without any distraction? No phone, no music, no background noise, just silence. For most people, that feels impossible, not because they don't have time, but because their mind can't handle it anymore, and that's dangerous. Because silence is where clarity comes from. But if you avoid silence, you avoid clarity. Instead, you fill your mind with noise. Constant noise, and that noise slowly replaces your real thoughts, your real identity, your real desires. You start liking things because you saw them online. You start thinking like others. You start comparing your life to people you don't even know, and without realizing it, you lose yourself. You become someone you never chose to be. This is not your fault. This is how the system works. Everything around you is designed to keep you distracted. Because your attention is valuable, the more time you spend consuming, the more profit is made. So the goal is simple. Keep you scrolling, keep you watching, and it works perfectly. That's why you feel tired, even when you didn't do anything. That's why you feel unmotivated. Because your mind is overloaded, but your life has no direction. You're constantly consuming, but never creating. That creates a gap between where you are and where you feel you should be. That gap feels like confusion, pressure, and the more you ignore it, the bigger it gets. Until one day, you stop asking questions. You just accept it. This is how life is. But deep inside, you know it's not. You know something is missing, and that feeling will not go away. Because it's not asking for distraction, it's asking for attention, your attention. But instead of facing it, you run from it, and every time you run, you lose a little more control, until one day, you don't even recognize who you've become. That is the real problem, not your situation, but the fact that you are no longer in control of your own mind. Everything depends on your attention, and right now, your attention is not yours. It's controlled. The deeper you fall into this cycle, a cycle of distraction, confusion, and emptiness. But here's the thing, most people never realize this. Constantly busy, but going nowhere. Constantly entertained, but never fulfilled. Constantly connected, but feeling alone. You're not supposed to feel lost all the time. That's not normal. That's a sign, a signal, that something needs to change. Are you in control of your life, or are you just reacting to it? Because if you're just reacting, then you're not really living. In the next part, you'll understand how to take your attention back. Because once you understand that, you won't feel lost anymore. You'll feel aware, and awareness changes everything. And once you reach that point, there's no going back. Because now you can see it. You can see how your attention has been controlled. You can see how your time has been taken. You can see how your life has been slowly shaped, without your permission. And at first, that realization feels heavy, almost overwhelming, because you start questioning everything, your habits, your routine, even your thoughts. You begin to wonder, how much of this is actually me, and how much of it was influenced by everything around you? That question alone changes something inside you, because now, you're no longer unconscious, you're aware, and awareness creates responsibility. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't pretend everything is fine, because deep down, you know the truth. And the truth is simple. If you don't take control of your attention, you will never take control of your life. So what do you do now? Where do you even start? Because the problem feels big, and your habits feel strong. But the answer is not complicated. It's uncomfortable, and that's why most people avoid it. You start by doing the one thing you've been avoiding the most. You slow down, not your life, your mind. Because right now, your mind is constantly moving, jumping from one thought to another, one idea to another, one distraction to another. And in that constant movement, you lose clarity. So the first step is to stop running, even if it's just for a few minutes. Sit down, do nothing, no phone, no noise, no distraction, just sit. At first, it will feel strange. Your mind will start racing. You'll feel the urge to do something, anything, but don't move. Stay there, because that discomfort is your mind detoxing. It's not weakness. It's withdrawal from constant stimulation. And the longer you stay in that moment, the quieter your mind becomes. Slowly, gently, and in that silence, something powerful happens. You start thinking clearly, not reacting, not consuming, just thinking. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are your own, not influenced, not interrupted, just yours. And that changes everything, because now, you can start asking the right questions. What do I actually want? What matters to me? What am I doing with my time? Questions that define your life. Most people never reach this point, because they never stop long enough to think. They stay busy, distracted, occupied. But you, if you stay in this process, you begin to rebuild something. Focus, real focus. Not the kind that lasts a few seconds, but deep focus. The kind that allows you to stay on one thing, to think deeply, to work with intention. And that's rare, very rare, because in a world full of distractions, focus is power. And the more you build it, the more control you gain. Not just over your mind, but over your life. You start making better decisions. You start using your time wisely. You stop reacting impulsively. You stop chasing meaningless things. And slowly, you begin to feel different, calmer, clearer. But here's something important. This is not a quick transformation. There is no instant change. Some days, you will go back to old habits. Some days, you will lose focus. Some days, you will feel like nothing is working. And that's normal, because change is not a straight line. It's a process, a slow one, but a real one. And every time you choose awareness over distraction, you move forward, even if it's just a little. That little progress compounds over time, and one day, you'll notice something. You're no longer reacting the same way. You're no longer constantly distracted. You're no longer feeling lost. Because now, you understand yourself. You understand your mind. And most importantly, you control your attention. And once you control your attention, you control your direction. Your actions become intentional. Your time becomes valuable. Your life becomes yours again. And that's the goal. Not perfection, not instant success, but control. Because with control, everything else becomes possible. So don't rush this. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just start. Start with awareness. Start with small changes. Start with taking your attention back. Because that one decision can change everything. And the fact that you're still here, listening to this, means something. It means you're not completely lost. You're just waking up, and once you wake up, you have a choice: go back to sleep, or take control. Because your life is not decided by what happens to you, it's decided by what you focus on. And right now, you have that choice. So choose carefully, because your future is built on your attention, and your attention is something you can take back, starting now.